can't go confess to you. Your head to go correct to you. You not go forget to you. So you get the concept. Then the passenger. We go let your own.
Hello to the Black Hot Fire family. A very good morning to the Black Hot Fire family. I hope you can hear me. We've finally come to the end of the week, and it is Friday. It is also a new month, just 2 days to the new month, and just do hope that the new month is already taking you well. Welcome to Black Hot Fire Network Media. For the 21st century, I am your host, and this is definitely the Calmie African Diary Show. I do believe that you had a good week. So today we're starting off with a very sensitive topic, rather. But before we get to venture into that, I'll definitely like to introduce to you the new trending songs here in Africa, the top 3 trending songs here in Africa. We have the likes of Nadia Nakai all the way from South Africa, and she has a new song by the name I'm a Boss. I've really not got to interact so much with the song, but I've taken a look at the video, and so far I'm liking what she has displayed there, because she has used different shades of skin. She has used an albino in her album as a model. She has also used a rather, do I call her extra dark skin girl? The skin of Lupita, and that is just one way that she has blended colors, and of course she has that chocolate skin color, and so far it's all about upgrading the status of the dark girl out there to believe in herself, to trust in herself. And I believe by this song titled I'm a Boss, it's all it takes for the black girl. You can be your own boss, irrespective of the color, because there's this notion all over in social media whereby people get to believe that for you to be a beautiful African girl, you have to have certain type of a skin. It's some unique shade of skin, and that's why you have a lot of our girls rushing to the stores to go get themselves some bleaching creams. But just go check it out. That is Nadia Nakai all the way from South Africa, and it's called I'm a Boss. Definitely go check it out. And also still in South Africa, I'm taking you there's also this new song by Frank Casino. It's called Sudden, featuring Casper Nyoves. Casper Nyoves has been gracing our screens for quite some time now, and I do love his music. I do love what he gets to bring to the table. So that is a new song, Sudden, that is by Casper Nyoves featuring Frank Casino. That is part of the new trending song. And to the second last, just say second last because another one has just popped up. We also have taking you all the way to Tanzania, whereby we have Harmonize. And tell you something, for those people who never believe in themselves, I'm telling you, if you have talent, it's upon you to take that talent, nurture it. Don't listen to what people say, because people at the end of the day, they wouldn't want to believe in you. They don't. People are out there to criticize you. That is basically what I got to realize over the few years that I've spent on that people will be out there to criticize what you do. But it's upon you as an individual to be strong, to go out there, pull it up. And that's definitely what Harmonize all the way from Tanzania got to show us. I remember watching his music clip, that is before he was all this famous. There was a time he had gone for auditions. I believe it was the Tasker Project Fame, and from the way he sang, the way he got to bring out his vocals, the judges were not happy. And but I believe he did his best. But just, however, one comment from the judge was that music was not for Harmonize. And to many people out there, when you are told something as heavy like that, and remember you are still live on TV, and somebody is giving you a harsh, there's that critiques that people got to give, but this one is harsh. But for Harmonize, that was never the end of him, and that's why he got to release a new song by the name Never Give Up, and I'm loving it. It's so inspiring. Let me just take a look at the live chat who has joined us today here. Nish Penda has already joined us here. Welcome to Black Hot Fire Network, Dada Nish. And I should say, thank God it is Friday. Okay, thank you for the compliments, Dada Nish. I do believe that you are doing okay wherever you are. Yes, it is definitely a Friday, a day that everybody is looking forward to. Away from that, keep your comments flowing here on Black Hot Fire Network. I was talking about this artist all the way from Tanzania, that is Harmonize. And he has this song "Never Give Up," and in the music clip you get to see how he's got to survive in the music industry, the way people used to criticize him, and it just leaves me with this message that it is never too late to work on yourself. And no matter how many times you fall, there is still time for you to stand up. That is a part of what we have for you today. And before I get to continue, let me play one music from this famous artist in South Africa. I just got to love what he got to produce for us here. Let me just share with you that also. Just a minute, I'm getting to work on it. Um, right. Okay, I'll just get back to the name of that artist. But I believe a lot of you have familiarized yourself with that song. This artist from South Africa is just basically the name that I'm trying to look it up for you. Let me just Kuli Chana. That is the name I'm looking for you. Let me just get to play a song for you. Kuli Chana, all the way from South Africa. I believe you have familiarized yourself with that song. Just trying to get it for you such that you can listen. Kuli, let me just get the audio for you. Okay. Habele by Kuli Chana, all the way from South Africa, is what I'm trying to make you familiarize yourself with if you get to remember the song. What's good? This is Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Watch them itching and scratch me like I'm a gonorrhea. All up in that mamma mia. I'm still stuck in the city ways of a weight. But probably get to the bloody geese. I'm a ready like Floyd. I mean, weather the storm. Come and pull it. Shot, pull it on. Roll, lay up, gauge up, pull, lay up. I'm a ball, lay up, gauge up, pull, lay up. Hop in the hop, they can get in a vibe. And when I got it, I'll cut it. And we'll talk a republic. And don't call it a comeback. I saw that vibe. Hot little violence like time and time again. I ain't never gonna stop until I go in the tower like speed. But I be on TV, talking like a blast like a cop. But really, no, you can shop me like me. Yeah, I got the world in my palm. Upper echelon, my people know they up me with a dog. Yes, every time they see me, a nigga looking crystal. I got more stars than any other kids. I'm always been a young fresh prince, and that's cool. Freestyle with the b-boys outside of the school, still a couple of guys. We're up to no good, but we just roll another back. Do it again. That is basically what I'm talking about. It is a Friday and only here on a Black Hot Fire. That was by Chan. I do believe that you have familiarized yourself with that. This is a very great artist in South Africa. He has done major collaborations with different artists, the likes of AKA, the likes of okay, just let me get the name right. This name, Caspanyoves, he's just done major collaborations with different people. I just hope that you get to understand or you get to familiarize yourself with that song. That is part of the trending music, but it's just more of a TBT, that is a throwback. All the songs that we used to love, of course, you know that's old, but still, again, I still love that song. Let me just get to play with you. Never Give Up by Harmonize. I just hope that you do also get to love the jam before we get into the more topics that I have arranged for you here today on Friday. And of course, on a Friday, we have a lot of things that have been happening in the country. Starting from Monday, we've lost leaders, that is members of parliament in Kenya so far too, and they have succumbed to cancer, and that is quite alarming, and it has now made the country to be cautious of whatever they get to consume. And I believe that this step, if only we could have done it earlier. You know, one thing with they say Africans, they say that a lot of African people, they like rushing to the last minute. That is when you get to be cautious of everything happening around you. But if only people were cautious from the first day regarding cancer. Because right now, trust me, if you get to go to the shelves in the supermarket, 90% of what you are consuming contains sodium chloride. And the sodium chloride is just basically a preservative. And that's why we are having a lot of you know um, companies or manufacturing companies, that is to say that they prefer using this as a preservative in their food, as also an additive that is on the likes of drinks. So you go to the market shelves, you get to purchase the likes of canned juice and so on, and you believe you are consuming something that is healthy to you. But no, the sad reality here is that at the end of the day, you are consuming these chemicals. And that's why we get to find that through consuming the likes of sodium chloride in our body as human beings, at the end of the day, they get to react, carcinogens get to be formed, and as a result, at the end of the day, that is what I meant to say, we have cancer there. And just to let me just give you this reminder. Sorry for what is going on. We just delayed, and this is due to the fact that Hangouts by Google is normal, so that's why we were having a little bit of issue when we get to launch the setup and so on. So Hangouts by Google is normal, that's why we are not able to share videos. I'm sorry. I wish I could get to share with you videos of the song and so on. Of course, I had a lot of spicy stuff for our audience, but I just believe that you could bear with us, because Hangouts by Google is normal, so we can't get to share with you images. So today it's just one-on-one with me and you guys. And also our other channel has problems, so going live on YouTube on that channel is quite coming. I mean, it's just not that easy no more. But I just hope you could get get along with what we have right now. So I was talking about, before I get to share with you the next song, I was talking about the issue in Africa, the alarming issue that we do have in Africa. That is through the foods that we consume. This is now the second week, and the last week we've just lost last week we lost one member of parliament due to cancer. He has been battling cancer for quite some time. And this week also we get to lose a lady. She was also a member of parliament, and that's why it got the people out there scared. Back then in the rural places, to say sorry, my grandma, I remember in the morning when we get to visit her, she'll prepare us breakfast consisting of porridge, consisting of potatoes, that is sweet potatoes, bananas, both boiled bananas and ripe bananas. And you get to see that it's not easy for you to get hungry as the day goes by. But if I compare with what we used to consume with what we are consuming nowadays, it's just that a lot of people get to prefer going and getting fast food, that is from the likes of KFC. And you of course will get the food, it's sweet also, that is one thing to say. But the dangers of this food, you'll want more and more sugars in your body, and that is basically what is killing the young generation that you do have right now. That is what is also killing our leaders. And just to say, these are part of the only two known cases. There is of course a lot of cases out there that have not yet been have not yet been recognized by the public. And that is the reason as to why I really want the government, because the government has now come up with an initiative. It's yet to be launched, whereby the government of Kenya will have to go from different learning institution, creating awareness of cancer as a disease, getting to warn people to check on the ingredients of the canned foods, because you just go to the shelf, you pick anything that is there without even looking at the preservative. That is part of the thing. And also, a lot of research has been done, and it is believed that a lot of Kenyans, that is what our research says, that they don't get to cook their food well. You find that if it is vegetable, somebody will add soup to the likes of skuma wiki. Skuma wiki is basically kales. And that is just not the proper way it's supposed to be prepared. So the proper way that nutritionists have come about with how we are supposed to prepare our food is through frying the food. And that's now also a challenge, because now the government is torn in between. Does it have to go out there and show people on how to cook? Because they say what you feed describes you, what you definitely consume describes you. That is a part of what is trending here in the country. But also, before I get to still share the music, there is this also disturbing story. When you are at work, when you've definitely reported at work, you've been doing the assignments that your boss wants you to do, and now it's lunchtime, you definitely need to go out there and grab something. Now take a look at this. People are avoiding the likes of KFCs because they believe that KFCs, the likes of KFCs, they have a lot of sugar, a lot of chemicals. Because there's this tendency whereby you find that this large organization, or this fast foods restaurants, they get to use genetically modified ingredients or products. And as a result, that's why we get to find having cases of cancer. But now people have resolved to not eat into KFCs. Now, when you have resolved to eat into KFCs, and you've just decided to go to local restaurants, that is also where the problem is at, because it was realized, sadly enough, it was realized that these local restaurants, we have this amazing meal here in Kenya as a country. It's called githeri. I think the Kenyans in the house, I'm seeing there is one who has joined us here. Sultan Ogonji, welcome to Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st Century. Thank you for joining us here on Black Hot Fire Network. I was talking about this food. It's called githeri. It's just a mixture of maize and legumes. And initially, in the village, not only in the village, in our homes, when you start preparing githeri as a meal, you have to give it like at least 6 hours for it to be, cooked. But now the restaurants in Nairobi have decided that this meal that is supposed to take close to 6 hours can get ready by an hour or two at most. And that is because they use paracetamol. Ask me where we are going as a society. I basically don't know, because right now it is hard to know what you're consuming. Starting from the vegetable vendor in the market, you don't know the chemicals that they have used in your spray. And this is something that really the government has to be cautious. And I'm wondering, with the rate of the health officers that we do have in the country, I really don't know what they're doing, because you find that when they get to visit these restaurants, they're given they're definitely bribed, and they'll come up claiming that it's fit for human consumption and so on. But that is part of what is killing the generation. And just to read what Dananisha said is that yes, we have a lot of garbage called food. I can't believe what we are consuming. Thank you for that, Danish. That is basically what is happening here. So that is part of what is happening. Let me just get to also share with you this song that I had mentioned, that is Never Give Up by Harmonize.
Siku inaanza nikiwa huru na mwenye furaha, kwa sababu nyumba yangu pamoja na gari nimevikatia bima na Resolution Insurance. Afya ni kitu bora zaidi, nimejikatia bima na Resolution Insurance. Lakini hata vifaa vyangu vyote vya studio nimevikatia bima na Resolution Insurance. Resolution Insurance, tunalinda unachokithamini. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, boy, let me tell you my story. Nimezaliwa Mtwara, Tanzania, huko kijijini Chitohori. Hapa mjini nimezamia, ndoto zilikuwa kucheza boli, mara ghafla kwa mziki zikahamia. Madadi, I'm sorry, swara tano kupenda uliposiki. Kama utanisi nikaanza kuimba, Mungu sasumani nikakutana na simba. Akanipiga kampani japo kuna walopinga kwamba sina kipaji. Ninakupenda Malaika.
Malaika, nani mwalimu sana wewe. Unafanya mazoezi nje hapo. Sikia nishakupa none.
Fitina za ndani mara hamu anavimba, atapendwa na nani makone watanaimba. Nikajipa kimani ipo siku nitashinda, maana Mola ndo mpaji. Hey, now I make my paper. And I bless my family. Ole walonicheka enzi na vaga kanambili. Never, 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 never give up. Never, never, never. Usikate tamaa, maana Mungu anakuona. Never, 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 never give up. Never, never, never. Usikate tamaa, hangaika kila kona. I remember mama told me, my boy, binadamu wana wema, watakuchekeaga usoni ukiwapa kisogo na kusema usihifadhi chuki moyoni, yalipe mabaya kwa mema, jifanye ukumbuke uyaoni. Ndo maandiko yanavyosema, nilimtanguliza Mungu kwa swala, mpaka kaja mzungu Sara. Thank you, my baby. You love me, you support me. I love you too. Shout out to my nigga, you saw me bango. Yabulati chopa, I got love for you. Nyama mkari buda na mjajambo. Mwambi tunapita, so me come through. Najua maisha safari ni bado sitafikaga, long way to go. Ila naiona fadhali kulala wakika na kula soka before. Debe kwa zizi alibagara tandika Kimara na Kariako. Yeto na Kibatari kiangazi masika jomvua yote vyako. Now I make my paper. And I bless my family. Pole walonicheka. Enzi na vaga kanambili. Never, 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 never give up. Never, never, never. Usikate tamaa, maana Mungu anakuona. Never, 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 never give up. Never, never, never. Usikate tamaa, hangaika kila kona.
That is, welcome back to Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Those are the two songs that have definitely made my Friday. I do believe that you got to like them too. So, yes, to our viewers, sorry about that. It is just definitely what is going on here in Kenya. And not only Kenya as a country, also do have other African countries that are battling the same. They really don't know what they are consuming because of, they say the greed is that it also starts from the greed of the entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs out here, they want to make quick cash. That is part of it. And away from that, taking you all the way to Nigeria, we also have this amazing lady, Mercy Johnson. I miss Hangout. I just hope that Hangout was there, that I could get to share with you images of the same such that you can familiarize yourself with that. But this amazing actress, Mercy Johnson, all the way from Nigeria, she has been in the entertainment industry for quite some time. She is really a great actress, and right now she has come up with a cooking show. And I'm just loving the idea that women out there. Okay, it's not that today is all about women, but it's just the fact that women out there are really trying their best to encourage others to be entrepreneurs and so on. So this amazing lady, Mercy Johnson, that is actress, she has come up with a cooking show that is called Mercy's Menu, and whereby she can get to cook. She can also get to invite other guests in the studio. And so far it's ladies who have been coming there. They get to talk about the challenges that they have been facing in their marriage, the challenges that they have been facing as single mothers. And it brings us today to what we are about to talk about, that is the stigmatization on single mothers in Africa. And of course, I know even other countries, not only countries, other different continents apart from Africa as a continent, other continents also. I bet that they are also suffering the same. But now we are just going to focus on Africa. And from the show that Johnson has brought about, women can get out there, they can get to speak and let their voice to be heard. Because, there's this issue whereby you find that we call it male chauvinism in the society. There is a lot of male chauvinism in the society, whereby men get to believe that they have the say in everything. Men got to believe that whatever they do as a man is definitely, it's 100% correct. And you as a lady out there, you have no say on that. And that is basically why the likes of these actresses out here, they're coming with these shows to just help women out here in Africa to focus on themselves. And that is what Mercy Johnson is doing. So I was talking about stigmatization on single mothers in Africa. It is quite depressing that women out there, and I just insist today is just not that it is about ladies, but it's just something that we tend to assume in the society, that ladies out there are going through a lot. And whenever they get to, speak up, or that is to open up to anyone, people will be like, ladies are just used to, every now and then ladies are just used to getting attention and so on. But trust me, the single mothers out there, they are facing stigmatization, sorry about that. And it starts all the way from their families. It could be nuclear families, it could be extended families and so on. That is just families in general. You find that in occasions like, let me just use an example of we had a wedding some time back at home, and I got to see that those women who are married, there's some respect around them. Okay, it's not all about whether you are in a relationship, whether you are able to maintain your spouse or not, because a lot of things contribute to a lady being single. And I got to see that ladies who have, who still have their spouse, there is some type of respect that they are given, as opposed to ladies who are single mothers. Unless you're a single mother and you have money, that's when people won't tell you nothing. But when there's just that difference when you are a single mother and you don't have money also. And there's just that form of stigmatization. People get to criticize you, not knowing actually that it's not even your fault. Okay, for one to be single, there is a lot of factors that get to contribute for a person to be single. It could be psychological problems that get to engulf in your relationship. It could be illness associated with stress that also highly contributes to being single out there. But the issue here is how women, how single mothers out there are stigmatized. And let me just use an example of Kenyan celebrities. We have also a lot of upcoming Kenyan celebrities and also celebrities in general who have been there battling this, being a single, and people get to criticize you that you probably are a homebreaker, and that is just not the right way to handle single mothers out there. I believe, for you to be single, there is a lot of, factors that have contributed to that. And it's upon now the government that should come in and ensure that these ladies are also handled with care. Because you find that some men, we call them those daddies who are missing in action. Some men out there will come, of course, you have been in a relationship together, and it just reaches a point that they say this can't work anymore, and they will end up neglecting you as their lady, and also neglecting, what your child needs. And it has pushed a lot of ladies to do things out there. And I just, before I get to talk about this, that I just remember that a few days ago it was Girlfriend Awareness Day, and I just if somebody could come up with single Mother's Day and so on. Okay, we have Mother's Day, that one I do appreciate, but we also do need a day secluded aside, for all single mothers out there, because you find that now, due to this psychological torture, stigmatization out there, some of these ladies will end up to commit suicide, and that is basically what is bringing down single motherhood. It is not something that is that people should be ashamed of. You shouldn't be ashamed of that, because being single is a choice. That is one thing. Ladies in the house, Dada Nishpenda, let me get to know your take on that. What is your take on stigmatization on single mothers out here? Sorry, out here, because I'm just saying that a lot of ladies out here have to battle with that, to the extent of some of them even resolving to doing drugs, neglecting even their kids, because they have been severely affected. And Africa itself ranks, a higher percentage on ladies who are single. And I just got to see that ladies who are single, that is single mothers out there, some of them happen to have kids from as low as 4 years and below. And it's quite disturbing, at some certain age, a kid